Okay, so we're back. So I'm using some Veta Smart fibre pen there. I find these really nice. They're got a bit more fibre, so they're low GI. In other words, they're good for diabetics and people that have blood sugar issues, and they make you feel fuller for longer. So you can still use pen there, which is what these are. So I've measured out 150 grams for me, and I'm going to start boiling that. The pan's nice and hot, so I'm going to put this in there. And while that's going, I'm going to start boiling the pasta to al dente. So just remember that can boil over, so when it starts to boil, just lift the lid a little bit. I'm going to get a tool for that. Some people remember the good old wooden spoon where you copped it by your parents. Yeah, I definitely got the wooden spoon. What about you? Tell me in the comments. Did you used to get the wooden spoon when you were naughty? For me it was very often. I'm very naughty. Only joking. I'm a good boy. I'm a Boy Scout. So I won't put any salt in right now because there's generally there's plenty of salt, right? But I will put some pepper in there. I tend to do that, but I could put this in later, but I'll put it in now a little bit. Old habits die hard. I'll put some more in later. So we want that to fry down, and while it's doing its thing, I'm going to get some eggs together. Get this out of here. Get this out of here. Might use those. So I'll put this back, the pasta. So I need some Parmesan cheese. I need some eggs for later. And give that a stir. I'm going to grab some more Parmesan while that's cooking. This is generally pretty quick. Just cut this open. Got to remember to grab some of my parsley. I'm going to grab the parsley as well, the parsley flakes. Yes, I do know that there's a lot of stuff here, but look, just ignore it. I need some of this stuff. They're clean dishes and it's oils and salt, and that's how I do my kitchen. Not the parsley, I'm just using some dried stuff, but it'd be better to use fresh stuff, okay? So, I need some of this. This is sweet paprika. Yep, so I'm going to put some of the sweet paprika in there with the bacon. We'll give that a stir. We want all of those oils, by the way. We want that to be nice and golden brown. We'll get this out of the way. Actually, I need that. So, okay, I'm getting 2 large eggs. Crack that in here. Now, you could use 1 whole egg and then just the yolk, which I used to do, but it doesn't bother me today, so I'm just going to use the whole egg. Always wash your hands after you touch eggs. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in my eggs. You probably don't need that, but I've got a cold, so I like the salt today. I might put a little bit more of that paprika in here with the egg, and I'm going to put a fair dash of parmesan. I'm going to need more than that, as I said. So keep stirring that one. That's nearly ready, actually. If you can see that. See that there? You want it brown though. So I'm going to put a little bit more parmesan in here. Pretty good splash, alright. And that pepper. You really want a good quantity of pepper. This is important. That should be enough. I'm going to go and find some cream. So I'll grab a fork as well. Going to give that pasta a little mix so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. That's fine with using that fork again. And so that there, guys, is what you want it to look like that, because we're going to use this again. I'm going to turn that off. Ideally take it off the heat as well. And we're going to boil this pasta. I need all that. So I'm going to mix this egg up with the parmesan, and I'll put some of that parsley in there. Just double check I'm recording. Yeah, okay, put some of that. I'm going to take the lid off and be careful with this. Yeah, so about that much, maybe a little more. Alright, so that mixture is set for the end. I'm going to put that aside to keep the flies off it. I'm just going to put it in the microwave oven just to somewhere to hold it, right? Not to cook it or anything. Alright, so what I'm waiting for now is the pasta to boil to al dente. We're going to need some of that pasta water. I'm going to go and find some cream. Now, one of the reasons why I decided to do this today, besides the fact that I'm craving salt, is that I've got some older cream here, and if it's borderline, I can't taste it, so I'm not going to risk it. But I have actually used borderline cream. Probably best. Actually, that's still in date. No, it's not. No, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the fresh stuff, but I only need that right in the end as well. So I'm just waiting on the pasta to boil, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. I have put this back on the heat, and the pasta is a little bit more raw than al dente. Al dente is when it's bitey to the teeth. You don't overcook it, because I'm going to be cooking it more, right? So you can see here it's still a little raw, but it's just bitey. The fact that it's al dente, right, like that, bitey, is actually low GI. In other words, you'll be fuller for longer, and it takes longer to digest. Now, I actually need some of that water. What I'll do is I'll get a tool to just pull the pasta out. We go with these two. I'm waiting for that to heat up. This part now is, the good news is pretty quick. This won't take long soon to be finished completely. Alright. So that's starting to sizzle a little bit. I really can turn this off, take my time. We get some of this pasta right in here. Now you hear how it's sizzling, that's good. I'm deliberately not draining it all, but we don't want too much water. This is not the greatest way to do this, but I'm trying to video and do this at the same time, so we'll have some compensations. I'm gonna actually strain that just quickly. Put that in the sink. Making this look more complicated than it is. I'm gonna get some of this out. Okay, we're in business. Unfortunately, I have to put it back there. Now, give that a nice little mix. We want that oil in with the pasta, right? See that? We're nearly finished. Now, if you wanted to be more traditional, you would just put this in. That's the egg mix with the parmesan and all that. And that's all she wrote. But I want to put a little bit of cream in. So this is not traditional, but tastes really good. Good splash of cream in there. See that there? Very creamy. That's good. Sometimes I put butter in, by the way. But we got cream and we got oil in there. And it's looking creamy enough. But I normally put a little bit of butter. I'm really wanting some pepper in there again. And I'll put a little bit of parsley as well. Again. So, this should be it. Gonna give it a little try. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Very tasty. Turn the heat off. Grab your plate. Might as well save that one. If you had fresh parsley, put some parsley on there. We've got enough parsley in this particular one. There we go, guys. Pasta alla carbonara. Penne alla carbonara. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope that helps. God bless. Salvatore out. Ciao. I'm going to enjoy my carbonara. Hey there everybody, welcome to Salvatore's Kitchen, if you can see me down here. Alright, we're going to make pasta alla carbonara today. I've got a couple of litres of water boiling there with 2 teaspoons of salt, and I'm going to set up this deep pan here, non-stick, and turn it on. And I need a good splash. That's good for it. I need a good splash of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. I'm dumping a good quantity in there and coating the bottom. So I'll put a bit more. So what I've got already prepared here is half a garlic clove cut up, and then this is like 2 big long strips of bacon. Now this is a little bit of a Aussie Italian adaptation because some people don't use cream, and you should use guanciale, which is the pig's cheek, rather than bacon, or you can use pancetta. But those 2 things, they're, in my opinion, they're expensive and sometimes hard to find, so I just use bacon. Tastes pretty good anyway, and as I said, this is kind of a modified Australian Italian version, which is most things when migrants go to another country, they are always modified. So we want to fry this up, and I'm just waiting for the pan to get hot, and in the meantime I'm going to get 150 grams of pasta for me, which will be really about 2 meals for myself. You want about 100 grams of pasta per person, roughly. Alright, I'm going to go and measure that up and then start to cook that, and I'll start to fry that when that gets hot. There are other ingredients. We need cream, some eggs and salt and pepper, and I've got sweet paprika. Going to need Parmesan cheese, ideally some fresh parsley at the very end. I'm going to use dried parsley because I don't have any fresh stuff at the moment. So I'm just going to pause it for now while I get my pasta ready and wait for this pan to heat up. I'll be back.